every team. Everybody want to win, but everybody don't want to work. Everybody want the reward, but everybody don't want to work. We all got to work. If I get a call, I got to show up and show up 120. Every time. I got some folks in here saying, E, your videos changed my life. That's what they were designed to do. This ain't Cupcake City. I'm from Chicago, Detroit. This ain't Cupcake City. That's not how I was raised. My uncles didn't raise me like that. They raised me effort. When you give effort, don't give no 70%. You give 120%. Your mama ain't got your daddy. Your mama working and taking care of kids. You better take care of your siblings. Extreme effort. Why? Because there are other teams that are crying they're going to be champions. And they're giving an effort, we got to give extreme. And we got to give an extreme because there's some other teams that are extreme. And we got to match their extreme. Went to Michigan State. I rep Detroit. I rep Chicago. When I do, okay, I'm sorry. I'm old, right? I'm old. But when I go and do a speech and there's other, motivational speakers in the world, they not from Detroit. They didn't go to Michigan State. They ain't get no PhD like me from Michigan State. When they get on stage with me, I'm not competing just against them. I'm letting folks know I'm a Spartan dog. We got a whole lot of superstars on this here stage tonight. But I want y'all to know this is Run's house. And when I say whose house, you say Run's house. When I get on the stage, extreme effort. I don't care who y'all are. I'm a Spartan dog. When I get on the stage, you better get on here before me. You better not get here. Because once I get up, it's lights out, cameras over. We need extreme effort. The fans. There have been times in history that our fans walk away. We got to teach them. You don't do that no more. You don't just stay for the win. You stay for everything. Extreme effort. Don't give front row. Don't be in the front row getting front row seats, but you're not giving those. You giving those the effort. You come, we effort. You talk to the players. You talk to the coach. Whatever they need, that's what we do. Next one. Michael Jordan said, I can accept failure. Everyone fails at some point. I cannot accept not trying. On 3, extreme effort. 1, 2, 3.
Extreme effort.
That was good. 1, 2, 3. A little bit more. 1, 2, 3. We got to give extreme effort, y'all. And I'm a living witness, even as a high school dropout who lived in abandoned buildings for 2.5 years, that as a high school dropout, I was working at McDonald's for $3.35. When I started giving extreme effort, got that master's, that PhD, I demand $75,000 an hour now. Why? Because I give extreme effort. And it's free. It's online for free. You ain't got to pay. Over 10 years, you can go online every day for the next 10 years and get free content. I didn't ask you to pay. It's free. Then nobody pay me to do YouTube. It's still extreme. Because I got my mama's name on it when I do it. I represent my grandma when I do it. I represent the west side of Detroit. I represent Henry Ford High School. My name is on the back. Everything you do it like this is the last time you're going to do it. Let's go. Extreme effort. If you quit once, it becomes a habit. If you don't give extreme effort on Monday and then you give it on Tuesday and then you don't give it on Wednesday, you just wake up one day and listen to me very close. All I'm saying is don't quit. I didn't say don't rest. I didn't say don't recover. I said don't quit. Mentally, you ain't got to take off. Mentally, you can stay connected. So number 2, if you quit once, it becomes a habit. Never quit. Extreme conditions. Now, we got some folks that can give extreme effort until it get a little warm. Get a little hot. You got like a test to take. You know what I'm saying? You're like a pop quiz, right? Something happening back at home. Listen to me. I need extreme effort under extreme conditions. When I was getting my PhD, Didi had MS. We had doctor's appointments on the reg. Plus, my mother-in-law had got sent home because the cancer went from her colon and metastasized throughout all her body. And I lost 5 aunts to cancer in a span of 7 years. I can't quit because of extreme conditions. The world don't care that my aunts died. They're not about to pay my mortgage. Somebody told me today, E.T., you big time, you a celebrity. I said, I must not be. They said, why not? I said, Chase still charging me mortgage. They still ask every month. They still want mortgage. I'm trying to tell them I'm famous. They don't get it. I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to tell the car dealership I'm famous. They're like, congratulations. Let's make sure we get that money before the deadline, please. They don't care that my wife got MS. They don't care the house in Cali. They don't care about my wife. Michigan, they don't care about my wife. They never said, your wife got MS, we're going to give you 6 months off for a mortgage. Don't even worry about it. Extreme, we must learn to give extreme effort under extreme conditions. Now, you don't have to, but if you want to be a champion, and I know a little something about it because by the grace of God, I'm the #1 motivational speaker in the world. I know a little something about championships. Baylor called me and asked me what my ring size was. I know a little bit about championships. I've worked with Alabama. I know a little bit about championship. I talked to Auburn before that year, before they won the big one. I know a little bit about championship. I've worked with LSU. I know a little bit about championship, and they are extreme, and they do it under extreme conditions. So I'm not saying we need to do it, but if we're going to be champions, the championship, they don't change because of the color you wear. Everybody, every day, extreme effort, extreme execution. Let's go. Under extreme, Kobe said, I'll be mad. I used to be mad at Kobe. Like, I ain't understand Kobe, right? Till I got to this point in my life. Kobe said, I can't relate to lazy people. We don't speak the same language. I don't understand you and I don't want to understand you. I used to think Kobe is a monster. Kobe, who does he think he is? How dare him? But what I realized was Kobe came into the NBA saying, I don't want to play for them. I want to play for them. Why? Because they speak championship. Because they get championship. I don't want to go there. I don't know nobody there. I know people there. I've watched people there. I watch Magic. I watch Magic do his thing. I want to go where Magic is. I don't want to just do what Magic did. I want to do where Magic did it. He spoke championship language. So when he would lose a game against Miami on South Beach, when they would lose and everybody else could party, Kobe was like, we lost. How could you party? What do we celebrate? We just lost. And we probably going to play them in the championship. What do we? And Kobe would be out there for hours in Miami shooting the same shot he missed. Everybody else, they ain't even got no rings. They all out partying, having a good time. Listen to me very closely. We must teach our young people that it's okay to celebrate and have a good time, but don't celebrate when there's nothing to celebrate. Will they accept me? Can I get a seat at their table? Winners build their own table and are invited to other tables because other tables saw that they could build their own table and you weren't going to be a liability or an asset. People get tired of pulling grown people especially grown people who are ungrateful. They're not grateful. You bless them and they still curse you. Why? Because they don't understand, because they never built their own table, so they don't understand. That's why you got to build your own table, not to build your own table, but so you can understand table building. So you can understand the mindset of a winner. Because when you're a loser with a winner, it's always going to be some conflict because you don't understand what winning is really about. I just need to borrow. What? You need to borrow $360,000. Bruh, that's my business at this point. You jump over, just put my name on it. $365,000? How much does it cost? $364,000. You trying to get an extra grand from me? You trying to get something to eat? I said, bro, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. We homies for life. Nothing will separate us. You gotta sweat for you to be able to understand it. You gotta fail to be able to understand it. Am I talking to somebody? You gotta, listen to me. You gotta learn how to hunt, because the person that's doing the hunting, they may die before you die. And if they die and you never learn how to hunt, you're going to be in a world of trouble. That's the only thing I have for my kids. I tell my kids every day, Dad, what is it that you want for your birthday? What you want for Christmas? You to learn how to hunt. That's it. That's it. And not hunt for you, because I'm already hunting for us. No, if I live to be 100 and you only live to be 75, you don't never need to hunt. But I can't guarantee you that I'm going to be here as long as you're going to be here. So if you don't learn to hunt, becoming takes the energy off of them. Becoming takes the energy off of them, the responsibility off of them. And it places it on you. Now, here's the deal. Most of us are performers because we're scared to be responsible. We're scared. We're scared to be responsible. Some of us are good people, but we're scared to be responsible. We're scared to take care of ourselves. We're scared to let God take care. Like, we're scared to do it all on our own. So we attach ourselves to people who have become, because we feel there's some safety in that. No, do yourself a favor. The same God that helped them to become can help you to become. But not if you're going to keep performing. Shift from what they think about you to what do you think about you. Oh, I want you, this is homework. What do you think about you? No, for real, what do you think about you? You're so concerned about what they think you're worth that you don't have no self-worth. Watch this. I wrote this down. This is funny. I found out. Anybody know how much the iPhone costs to make? Like just the phone itself, this period, just the phone, not what they charge you. How much does the phone cost? $10. The iPhone costs $10 to make. Watch this. iPhone is not letting the market set its value. They say this joker worth $1,200. That's without all the bells and whistles. You're letting them tell you what your worth is every time you put something online, and then they don't respond the way you think they should respond. Now, all of a sudden, your self-worth is in the trash. Somebody else got your self-worth in your hand. I don't care if you're doing right or doing wrong. You doing what you think you should be doing, and you're concerned about what other people think about what you're doing. I don't care if it's right or wrong. You doing it. Why are you worried about what they think? I need you to write this down. It's time for you to set your own value. Begging to sit at the table, begging them to determine your value, denounces your own capabilities, shrinking to fit in their world. So people call me all the time, E, bro, you should have been on this show, E. You should have been on this radio show, E. You should get on this TV show. I said, what? You think I can't get on? Bruh, I gave them the inspiration to start a show 10 years ago. You don't know that I know them. They asked me to be on their show when I did a speaking engagement for them. That was 4-5 years ago. I ain't get on the show. Why? I only get on shows that's going to expand our table. I don't need to get on no show for me to feel worth. Hey, you see so-and-so and so-and-so got an awards. Awards? I'm a grown man. I don't need no, I need to pay bills. We got mortgages. We paying people's insurance. I don't got time for no award. I'm not disrespecting awards, but an award don't make me. You think I didn't? Somebody said to me the other day, E, when you gonna run a marathon? I'm always running a marathon. I'm running 20, 30 miles a week. Oh, what you mean is, when is a man gonna put his medal around me? Oh, that's what you mean. When is a man gonna put his medal around me in front of other people and say, you ran a marathon? My body will tell you I ran one. My heart will tell you I ran one. My blood pressure will tell you I ran one. I don't need a grown man to say he ran a marathon at 36 minutes and whatever. I'm good. I'm really running in the dark, so I don't need to perform in the light. I'm running in the dark. I'm reading the word in the dark. I'm praying in the dark. I'm studying my craft in the dark. I'm calling superintendents in the dark. I'm with principals in the dark. I'm working with teachers in the dark. I'm sending stuff to the schools in the dark. I'm working when I'm not getting a check. I'm at the prison on my birthday. I'm doing what's important to me. I don't care if you think it's important or not. You don't think the prison is important. You think I should be on some radio show. No, I want to be with prisoners. I want to be with the forgotten. I want to be with the people that people forgot about. I don't need your award. He will say to me, well done, thou good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over few. I'll blow you up. And your problem is you still looking for validation. I'm leaving. So when I think about motivation, what I think about is mental wellness. Write that down, mental wellness. We got to get to a point in life where we just don't focus on physical strength. Like, we all in the gym, we vegan. Some of us, we eat right? We take care of our physical body, but we don't take care of the mind. And when the mind is messed up, everything is messed up. Like, when the mind is destroyed, everything is destroyed. So number one, I wanted to tell the young players that, we got to take our mental and emotional fortitude. We got to take that serious. I'm going to be real. Probably just recently, I realized I was mentally ill. Like, E, what you saying? Like, flat out, my mother was 17. My father wasn't in my life. I lived on the streets of Detroit for 2.5 years. I lived in abandoned buildings. I ate out of trash can. Like, that was trauma. And my whole life, I was taught, like, yo, you a man, be strong. Like, you a man, you don't cry. Like, you a man, be tough, right? And I personify that, like, flat out. Like, my videos, I ain't telling nobody, you get to whine, you get to give up, you get to cry. I ain't on that. But I realized in my own personal life, like, yo, E, you've been traumatized, bruh. You came into this life with a 17-year-old. You came into this life without your father. Like, you came into this life without some of the skills that my son and my daughter got, because my wife and I have been married 5 years before we had kids. So number one, when I think about motivation, I think about, like, yo, you got to be mentally strong. And what does that mean? It means that in Miles' case, instead of looking at dark time and looking at what you don't have, that's a mental illness. A mental illness is, even when you got it good, you find a way to see the bad in what you have. A mental illness is, even though the Lord has blessed you, you don't see what the blessings are. A mental illness is, you don't have the ability to count on one hand all your blessings. And when you're still in the funk, you go to the second hand and you count. And so I started to become mentally strong, and I was able to look at, you know what? Homeless ain't the worst thing that ever happened to you. Like, you could be dead, right? So what do you need to do? You need to start going to church. When I started going to church, I started saying, oh man, wow, I see they going to college. All right, yep, I'm gonna get my GED and go to college. I started looking at, yo, the GED ain't the worst thing in the world, because the GED opened up the 4-year degree. And yep, it took you 12 years, but you finished. Now you can go get the master's degree. Yep, now you can turn the master's degree into a PhD. And so all of a sudden, I was homeless because I was thinking about, I didn't have my father. My mother was young. I grew up in a certain neighborhood. I didn't have certain advantages that everybody else had. So number one, and I want to stay on this one because, like I said, this kid never cried. He never complained. And so one of the things we want to do with our young players is, like, really help them understand that while you got to go out there and put the points up, at the same time, you got to make sure mentally you're strong. Because a lot of stuff is going to happen in life, and you got to make sure when you get hit, you have the ability to get back up. Real quick, I want to make sure, when I say motivation, I'm actually talking about mental health. Yep. When I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, again, when I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, one more time. When I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, and how many of us, like, for real, I know we hit the gym in the morning. I know we do that. I know we work out. We work on our games, but just being real, how many of us spend as much time on our mental health, motivation, like the ability to say, my favorite quote, never let a good crisis go to waste. My son, can you quickly, can you give me, Candace got the book. Let me see the book real quick. So mental health is, we are in a recession, right? That mental health, we're in a recession. Like, we lose, like, as a speaker, I don't know if y'all know what this means, but as a speaker, they said something about social distancing. Rock my whole career. That's all I do. Thank you, son. That's all I do is speak. So in 2019, when we entered 2020, they really said my whole job was gone, right? I'm accustomed to being in the locker room or being on the field or being at a stadium or being out in the country, talking to 10,000, 5,000. My whole job was gone. So what does mental health look like? It looked like, instead of me saying, man, I done lost my whole job. Like, I'm used to making, at that time, $50,000 a pop. Like, ain't nobody paying that for no Zoom. Mental health was, relax, count your blessings, look within and see what can you do, even though they've taken your main source of income, what could you do? And so for those 2 years, I wrote a book. I got a publishing deal, right? I wrote a book, right? They came to me, hey, we're going to pay you this much. I said, I'm good. I want a greater percentage. I'm betting on ET. Like, flat out, I'm good. You don't got to give me nothing up front. I don't need no royalty. I don't need nothing. I just need a greater percentage because I believe I'm going to sell 1 million books. So during the recession, my mental health was like, yo, they've taken the one thing that you know, the one thing that you're good at. They've taken that away from you. I thought it was going to be 6 weeks, then it was 6 months, then it was a year, then it was 14 months, 16 months. It was 18 months before I got back on the road again, right? Motivation is mental. Come on, motivation is mental. Look, motivation is mental, and we got to work on that. So being honest, how many of you in the room, you spend as much time on your mental health as you do in the gym or as you do playing basketball? Let me see your hand. And it's cool, whatever. But I'm just saying, I got a kid who is dying of cancer. He knows he's going to die. He's swollen. The stuff is coming out. But every day when I see him, every day when I talk to this kid, he's still like, E.T., I have nothing but positive things to say. That's because physically he was handicapped, but mentally he was strong. And so we got to work on our mental. So number two, the role requires soul. So of course we got to be selfless with the sacrifice. You know, I'm walking up the streets of Vegas I'm, doing my thing. People pulling me to the side like, yo, E, flat out. You know how bros are. They like, E, I don't take pics with grown men. You know how they, sometimes you see celebrities, bro, and they, they kind of play you. So I want to take a pic, but I ain't know. I'm like, bro, let's take this pic, bro. They're like, E, thanks for all the video. It's like, bro, that's what I do. That's what King did. That's what X did. That's what Garden did. That's what Sojourner Truth did. That's what Harriet Tubman did. Like, that's what I'm on. The same way when you guys were young, and I don't know who y'all looked up to, for whoever it was, Dr. J had the rock, Michael Jordan had the rock. The same way when you get that rock in your hand and you feel that way, that's the same way I felt about Martin Luther King when I would hear him speak. Like, yep, I can do that. The same way when I would hear X lead a group of men, I was like, yo, I can do that. The same way with Marcus Garvey, when Marcus